The Indo-Pacific is now the world's strategic center of gravity, a vast and dynamic region where the future of global power is being shaped every day. Stretching from the shores of East Africa all the way to the Americas, the Indo-Pacific is a region brimming with economic promise, innovation, and opportunity. Yet, it is also marked by rising geopolitical tension, as nations compete for influence and control over vital sea routes and resources. The South China Sea remains a persistent flashpoint with overlapping territorial claims and assertive actions by regional powers fueling uncertainty and the risk of conflict. Regional nations are seeking stability and security, carefully balancing old alliances with new partnerships and navigating a complex web of interests. In this context, a significant new partnership has emerged. The Philippines and Canada have signed a major defense agreement, signaling a new era of cooperation. This isn't just another diplomatic gesture, it's a clear signal of shifting strategies and a shared commitment to regional security. The Memorandum of Understanding on Defense Cooperation, signed on November 5, 2025, promises closer military ties, joint training, intelligence sharing, and enhanced collaboration in disaster response and maritime security. For Canada, a Pacific nation with deep economic and security interests in the region, stability here is vital for global trade, prosperity, and the safety of international shipping lanes. The Philippines, on the front line of regional tensions, is actively diversifying its alliances to strengthen its position and ensure its sovereignty. This pact gives Manila another strong and reliable partner amid growing pressure, expanding its network of support. The agreement directly addresses the challenges posed by China's assertiveness in the South China Sea, where tensions have escalated in recent years. Beijing's expansive claims have long been a source of conflict with its neighbors, raising concerns about freedom of navigation and regional stability. This pact is a clear statement: nations are willing to work together, forging new coalitions to uphold a rules-based order and deter aggression. It's about ensuring freedom of navigation, respect for international law, and the peaceful resolution of disputes in one of the world's most important regions. The world is watching closely to see how these new alliances and partnerships will shape the future of the Indo-Pacific and ultimately the global order. What's actually in this defense pact? What are the real commitments and opportunities it brings for both countries? It's more than just words on paper. It's a comprehensive framework designed to turn promises into real, tangible action. The agreement centers on enhanced dialogue, military education, and joint training exercises, creating new channels for both nations to learn from each other and build trust. The main goal is to make both armed forces more interoperable, so they can work together seamlessly in any situation. Joint military drills will allow Filipino and Canadian forces to train side by side in realistic scenarios, covering everything from maritime security and disaster relief to humanitarian assistance and peacekeeping. For the Philippines, it's a valuable opportunity to learn from a modern, well-equipped military and adopt new tactics and technologies. For Canada, it's a chance to gain experience operating in Southeast Asia's unique and challenging environment, which is vital for future regional missions. These joint exercises send a powerful message of solidarity, showing both countries are ready and willing to respond together to any crisis or threat. Intelligence sharing and capacity building are key pillars, helping both countries make smarter, more informed decisions and strengthening their overall security. Canada will actively support the modernization of the Philippine military, from hands-on training with new equipment to advanced cybersecurity and maritime surveillance operations. Strengthening the armed forces of the Philippines means better patrols, improved defense capabilities, and stronger protection of Philippine waters and territory. The pact also establishes a clear legal framework for Canadian military presence in the Philippines, similar to a visiting forces agreement, ensuring transparency and accountability. This legal clarity is crucial for building trust and enabling long-term cooperation between the two nations. It ensures all activities, from logistics to operations, run smoothly and according to mutually agreed rules and standards. These details may seem technical, but they're the essential foundation of a strong, lasting alliance that can adapt to future challenges. Both sides are demonstrating real commitment and seriousness about making this partnership effective and meaningful. It's a blueprint for deeper, sustained cooperation, one that could shape the region's security for years to come. Canada is no longer just a country of forests and snow, it's pivoting to the Indo-Pacific. This defense pact with the Philippines is central to that strategy. Canada's prosperity and security are tied to this region, which dominates global trade. With shifting power dynamics, middle powers like Canada are stepping up. Canada's Indo-Pacific strategy calls for deeper engagement, diplomacy, trade, and a stronger military presence. The Philippines, a key ASEAN member, gives Canada a vital partner in the South China Sea. This partnership is built on mutual respect and a shared commitment to international law. Canadian warships are already more visible in the region, conducting joint operations and port calls. The new pact gives Canada greater access and cements its role as a reliable security partner. The Philippines has long navigated the complex tides of great power politics, a journey marked by resilience and adaptability. Its identity and security are deeply tied to the sea, shaped over centuries by colonization and conflict, which have left indelible marks on its history. This tumultuous history has forged a fierce national pride and an unwavering drive to protect its sovereignty at all costs. The ongoing South China Sea dispute represents the latest chapter in this enduring struggle for territorial integrity. The U.S.-Philippines alliance has been central to its defense strategy, but Manila now seeks to diversify its partnerships for greater security. The recent pact with Canada adds much-needed flexibility and opens new diplomatic options for the nation. The Philippines' 2016 legal victory at The Hague was historic, a landmark moment, but enforcing it remains a significant challenge. By partnering with Canada and other nations, the Philippines is building a coalition to uphold international law and order. This collective approach makes it increasingly difficult for any power to ignore established international rules and norms. The agreement also supports the ongoing modernization of the Philippine military, shifting its focus towards external defense capabilities. Partnerships with advanced militaries like Canada's are crucial for this transition, providing essential training and resources. The expertise and technology shared will empower the armed forces of the Philippines to effectively defend its maritime domain for future generations, ensuring peace and stability. The ties between the Philippines, Canada, and China are rooted in decades of diplomacy, trade, and migration. Canada's large Filipino diaspora forms a strong bridge, fostering trust and understanding. Trade and development aid have long connected Manila and Ottawa. The Philippines' relationship with China is older and more complex, marked by both deep ties and sharp tensions. The South China Sea dispute now overshadows centuries of exchange. Canada's relationship with China has also cooled, with recent tensions over human rights and foreign interference. At this intersection, the new defense pact finds its meaning. The Philippines seeks new partners as China relations sour. Canada is looking to uphold its values and interests in the Indo-Pacific. Strong people-to-people ties provide a foundation for this security partnership. This agreement is an evolution, not a break, adapting to new geopolitical realities. No discussion of this pact is complete without mentioning China. The agreement is a direct response to China's growing military activity in the South China Sea. China claims historical rights, but its actions have created instability and drawn global concern. Beijing sees such pacts as foreign interference, warning against escalation. For the Philippines and Canada, it's about upholding international law and defending sovereignty. The pact helps Manila monitor and patrol its waters more effectively. It's a defensive measure, aiming for balance and predictability. When Canadian and Philippine ships sail together, it signals international resolve. The goal isn't provocation, it's deterrence and the defense of rules everyone depends on. The Philippines-Canada Pact will spark varied reactions across the Indo-Pacific. Southeast Asian neighbors like Vietnam and Malaysia may see it as a positive step, encouraging new security partnerships. Some ASEAN members, wary of confrontation with China, will urge dialogue and caution. They'll watch closely to see how this affects the region's balance. U.S. allies like Japan and Australia will welcome Canada's involvement, seeing it as strengthening the network of like-minded democracies. Minilateral cooperation, small groups working flexibly, is becoming key to regional security. For the U.S., this is a win. Canada stepping up in the Indo-Pacific aligns with Washington's strategy. It shows allies sharing the burden of upholding order. U.S. officials will likely praise the pact as a model for responsible cooperation. The agreement strengthens the alliance network that deters aggression. It's a sign that middle powers are taking a more active role. The region's security landscape is evolving fast. Defense pacts are deeply tied to economic interests. The Indo-Pacific stability is essential for global commerce. Trillions in trade pass through the South China Sea. Any disruption would hit economies worldwide, including Canada's. By supporting regional security, Canada protects its own economic future. Defense cooperation can open doors for Canadian businesses in Southeast Asia. For the Philippines, the stakes are even higher. Its waters hold vital resources. Enhanced maritime security means protecting fisheries and energy reserves. The pact could also boost defense industry ties, creating jobs and transferring technology. Modernizing the Philippine military is a major market for Canadian firms. Economic and security interests are now more intertwined than ever. The Philippines-Canada Defense Pact is a pivotal step, but the Indo-Pacific's future remains uncertain. One scenario, more multilateral partnerships emerge, building a resilient security network. Another, China escalates, raising risks of confrontation. The challenge is to manage competition and keep communication open. Ideally, a united front could bring China to the table for real diplomacy. For now, the region is in flux. Old certainties gone, new alliances forming. Middle powers like the Philippines and Canada are shaping their own destinies. They're building partnerships based on shared values and a vision for a rules-based order. The path ahead is challenging, but this pact offers hope for a more stable future. The world is watching as the Indo-Pacific's new order takes shape. The next moves will define the region for years to come.